Hello, if you are new here, I make videos all about OnlyFans, about my life, about my relationships, about the things I go through. I don't know. Today, I am talking about kind of like an alternative to OnlyFans in a way. So as I was doing my weekly OnlyFans research, because what I really like to do is watch a ton of videos, read a bunch of articles, do creator analysis, and really dive into how people are performing on OnlyFans so I can share those tips and tricks with you. And so I weekly do a bunch of, investigating on how to improve your OnlyFans. And I came across two different websites while I was looking through this journey, one of them being Feet Finder and then the other one being Phrendly. And so Phrendly, I wasn't really sure what it was all about until I really got to know it, but I was just under the impression it was similar to any of these other websites where you can send messages and, pictures and all of that. And then Feet Finder, obviously within the name, you kind of can know what it's about. It's about sending feet pictures. But one thing that I came across with Feet Finder was that you had to pay to get on the platform. And I thought that was just silly because as a creator, you shouldn't have to pay to use the platform, and because they're already gonna be taking a percentage out of whatever you make. It just didn't make any sense to me. So I wrote that one off right away. If you guys do wanna see a video on that, I will give it a try if you want me to, but I just got bad vibes from Feet Finder. I was thinking, maybe they're not making enough money, maybe there's not enough people on there. That's why they're charging creators to even be on the platform. I don't know, it didn't make any sense to me, so I was like, okay, writing that one off, let me see what else I can find. And so I came across Phrendly. It almost kind of feels like a dating site, but everyone on there kind of knows what they're there for. They're there for, sexy chats. So they have three different options on the website. You can chat with people through messages / text messages, because you can actually link it to your phone, which it doesn't use your actual phone number, but I will get into that. So you can text / message. You can send photos through there. And then you can also do phone calls and you can also do video calls. So I wanted to give it a go and try and see how much money I can make within 2 weeks of being on the platform. So I started this on January 3rd and then I ended on the 11th. So that's how many days it was. It was under 2 weeks, and this is how much I made. And spoiler alert, this is a platform I am going to continue to use. So let's jump right into how I actually use the platform. So first I want to give you guys the details of what percentage Phrendly takes from the creators. You get 35 cents per chat that you send back. So anytime you respond to someone is when you would make money. One thing about the platform is you don't want to message people first, because that means you are paying for that chat. So you want guys to come to you / whoever is on the platform. You want them to message you first, because then they are the ones to pay for it. But anytime you respond is when you would actually get the 35 cents. And then for phone calls, you're gonna get 70% of whatever the total is. You can actually charge whatever you want for phone calls. You just have to enter it into your settings. For video calls, it's also 70%. And for both phone calls and video calls, they also charge you a 20 cent per minute connection fee, which sounds like they take a lot of money, but at the end of each call, you still do make a lot of money. So it's totally fine. It just depends how much you put in as your price. The next thing is gifts. And for gifts, you actually take home 90% of all of your gifts, which is a great percentage. So for each gift, what people can send you is there are 5 different options. They can send you a rose that's $5, so you would get $4.50. For balloons, that's $10, you would get $9 out of that, and then so on. The heart box is $25. The flowers is $50. And the champagne is $100. So they can send you any of these gifts. And what I was doing to make more money was I was offering photos. You can't send videos on the messaging system, but you can send photos. So what I would do is I would charge per photo, and they would just have to send me, whatever option of gift. So for just a cute selfie or whatever, I was just charging the rose. And then if they wanted, a little more scandalous, then I would charge either the balloons or the heart box and so on for whatever type of photo it was. I will say getting gifts, and then also if you were to do video calls and phone calls, you're gonna make a lot more money than just messaging on the chat. But you can still make a lot of money, or a decent amount of money, through just chatting. I also never did a video chat, so I don't think you have to, and also not a lot of people ask for it. I think 2 people asked me, and then I was just like, oh, let's just keep messaging. I don't know, blowing it off kind of. Phone calls, I would say you can make a lot of money as well, and video chats you can too. So if you use those, use them. and you're gonna make a lot of money, especially if you're on here consistently. The reason why this is the first 2 weeks is because after 2 weeks, I kind of put it down so I could focus on my OnlyFans and stuff. But if you really dive into it, I think you can make a lot of money on here. So the platform is actually very, very simple. I actually added it as a app to my phone. I don't know if everyone knows this, but you can make your own apps basically. I'm just gonna go to netflix.com. Okay, on any iPhone, you can actually make anything an app. So I just go onto Safari, I go into whatever website, so I went into Phrendly.com, and then I clicked the middle button here, and I scrolled up and added to my home screen, which is this button right here. And once you add it to your home screen, it just looks like an app on your phone. So the website is pretty simple. To start, you're gonna wanna make your profile, and it's gonna ask you to make a GIF. So I would recommend being ready for a photo when you make your profile, because it asks you to take the GIF to even get approved to have your page. And then it also asks you for photos. They will take stuff down if it's not like PG-13. You don't wanna promote anything else. You also can't share your personal information, none of that stuff. I mean, not that I would be, but they are pretty strict. Ask you questions about yourself so that you get matched with, you know, your perfect match. It's kind of like a dating site, but like everybody on there knows like it's not that. You can write a description of yourself. It also gives you who you are in 4 words, and then it gives you a little analysis of your personality, because you take like a little personality quiz, and then it matches you with people that are similar to you. So then you can go in and star people. So what I would recommend doing to find potential people to make money off of is you would go to your search page, and then you would start giving people a star. And once you give them a star, it notifies them, so they can either star you back or they can send you a message. And that's what you really want, is them to send you a message. Some people will just star you back and they won't message you because they don't want to pay. But I'm like, why are you on this app? So that is pretty much it. They message you and then you respond. You can set up your profile so that if you're not on the app, it will send a message to your phone, and it will use a different phone number to message back to them, or it'll just go straight to their messages if their phone isn't connected. I think that's a really cool option, because you can constantly be making money just like through your text messages. And that's how I normally use the app, is I just have it connected to my phone. So I'm just texting like if I was texting a friend, and I can do it all day long, and I don't have to think about it. It's not something that like I'm like, oh, I gotta check in for work now and like get on the app. In the first 2 weeks, I was doing that, where I would like go onto my laptop, message people for a few hours, and that's how I was making a lot of money in the first 2 weeks. But as of recently, I've just let it happen on my phone, on like through text messages. All right, so now let's get to the part that you actually want to know. So I'll tell you how much I made per day for the first like 4 days, and then the grand total after the 2 weeks. On January 3rd, the first day, by the end of the day, I made $12.60. It wasn't that much, but I will say the first day was really just an evening. So I got on around like 6 p.m. or something like that, and I did a few messages, and then I closed my computer, and that was the end of the day. So it was only $12.60 within like maybe an hour or less, when I just made my profile, got on there, messaged a few people. $12.60. The second day, I logged back in, and I was like, I made $12 last night, and I was only on there for like a second. So I was like, I wonder how much I can do if I just spend, you know, all day, the computer's open and I'm doing my work, but I'm messaging at the same time. So all day I was doing that, and I ended the day off at $95 with 95 cents, which I thought was so good for me, just responding to people like I normally would through email or text messages. Like, it didn't take out any extra effort out of me. And at that day, I also started sending out some pictures for gifts. Okay, so the next day I actually had a phone call. And like I said, I never did a video call, and I don't really feel comfortable doing that. But a phone call, I was like, okay, I'll do that. Let's just see how much that can make. So on day 3, by the end of the day, I made $134, and that was mostly because of the phone call. So I didn't even spend that much time on the actual app messaging people. I just did a phone call, and I got that much money. Day 4, I ended the day off at $270, and then I stopped writing them down. So then I continued to be on the app. My first day was January 3rd, and the last day that I calculated everything was January 11th. So in like a week and a half, I made $581 just messaging and texting back and forth with people, couple of phone calls, and that was it. almost $600 just for messaging. It was so good, and I will continue on the app. I will say, if you wanna make good money, it is going to be a little bit more effort because you're gonna have to like chat with people, whereas like on OnlyFans, you can kind of just message through the app. You don't have to like have full-on conversations with somebody. But if you wanna make good money, I would recommend doing the phone calls, and if you feel comfortable doing the video calls, because I think you can make some really good side income off of this, and like anyone could do it. You can even make like an alias name. You can have photos that are not as obvious that it's you or whatever. You do have to put your face on there. But if you put a different name, you can do this pretty anonymously. It's a great way to make some side income. Say you're at work, you can just text people on the side, or you know, wherever, and nobody even has to know because it's just through your phone, through messaging. Before you go to bed, maybe do a phone call or whatever it is. I think it's a pretty easy way to make a little side hustle income, and everything adds up. So for a week and a half, I think $600 is pretty good. I don't know if there's a referral link or anything like that I can leave down below, but if there is, I'm gonna leave that down below so you can sign up through that. Also, just before we go, I did wanna mention that if you are getting into the industry and you need a little bit of support, I offer one-on-one mentorships and a online course, and that is all gonna be linked down below. I teach you everything that I know on how to build a full-time career living off of OnlyFans and social media. I teach basically everything. I think I definitely am like catering towards how to do it for OnlyFans, but a lot of it is to do with how to also build your social media, because I think that's so important if you have an OnlyFans. So if you are interested in starting a social media platform, I also teach that. And I also provide promo for people that already have their OnlyFans and they need a little bit of a boost. That'll all be linked down below. And with that all being said, I hope this video was helpful. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.